Hello everyone. Some of you probably seen my preview video on YouTube. Well, today Project Vampyre Resurrection officially starts. First off, I'm going to take you on a little tour of the outside and the inside. The back hatch is actually seized up right now, the lock, so that's something that's going to have to be worked on, so I can't show you in there right now. I'm gonna get a locksmith out here to take care of that hopefully tomorrow. And here is the side. This truck has been sitting pretty much, I believe it's around 7 to 8 years. I'll have to ask the previous owner again just to make sure. And here you see the corner damage on the front. Only thing that's damaged is the fender and the grill. And there's some clear coat or paint, looks like maybe just clear coat issues, possibly some paint issues on the hood. And of course we're sitting on 4 flat tires. Those are probably no good. I actually already have 4 used tires here. I am doing this on a budget, so I picked all 4 of these up yesterday. Matching set. One of them is not in the greatest shape. They actually gave me that one for free. But this thing is in pretty good condition considering it is now 25 years old. We have some minor clear coat issues, but the side paint is great, which is one of the more important parts. More flat tires. The wheels I think should clean up really nice. I'll have to work on that to find out for sure, but there you have it. There's the outside. Pretty damn unique truck. This thing was around the show circuit a lot. Mid to late 90s. Probably some in the early 2000s. Okay, let me get the keys here. We'll open the inside up, take a look at that. And this is pretty damn cool too. Full custom interior. Needs some TLC, definitely some cleaning, but nothing is really damaged inside here. Rearview mirror came down, I assume from all the heat. Have to take care of that. We'll definitely need to do some headliner repair. And this is one of the cool parts. I'm actually going to have to ask the owner to make sure, or the previous owner I should say, to make sure, but I believe these are 12s. I actually, the way the box is made, it's kind of hard for me to tell whether they're 10s or 12s, but I'm pretty sure we have 4 12-inch Orion. I will have to check out the model of them. I believe they're XTRs, but don't quote me on that. And probably going to be really hard to see from here, but back here is a coffin that houses 2 Orion XTR amps. Pretty vintage at this point. There's an extra battery that's not in use. This truck does run on 2 batteries. One is actually right down here. Somewhere there. Definitely gonna have to do some work here getting this these edges covered back up. I believe there's some material laying down somewhere. The other side's still fairly intact. This thing has basically been a time capsule. He hasn't really touched anything in this for years. He started it up last year. I don't believe he drove it at all last year. So I will have to ask him about time-wise exactly when he drove it last. Definitely going to want to do something about all that. Okay, well, now that you've had a tour of the outside and the interior, next thing I need to do is I need to get the battery out of this thing, the one that's under the hood. I'm going to worry about the other one back there later. Okay, before I take the battery out, I'll show you the other side just in case anyone is curious. Pretty much the same as far as wear and tear. And I'm also using some WD-40 on the door hinges as well. They're pretty squeaky at this point. So alright. Open this hood. And I'll show you under the hood. This is a 1993 2.8 V6 5-speed manual. The odometer broke right at 100,000 miles, and he estimates that he's probably put around 5 to 10,000 on it since. So pretty low mileage for a 93. This is a one owner. He bought it new and has had it ever since. Came from Arbuckle Chevrolet here in Scottsburg, Indiana. And actually, funny little side note, my dad worked there for years. Could have possibly even sold him this truck. I'm not sure about that, but interesting little I have had some history with him and the truck. We used to go to a few car shows and cruise-ins together. I mostly remember it before the interior was done. Everything in the back was done, but the upholstery in the front was not done for the most part. I think I only probably seen the truck once or twice back in the day after the upholstery was done. It was very impressive then. And I guess let's work on getting that battery out of there. Okay, I finally got the battery loose. We had a little bit of problems on it, not much. Bolts were seized up a little. This is the extension that was put on to hold the power cables for the two auxiliary battery, the inline fuse going to the power cable for the stereo system. Wanted to show you, this is a old Stinger Pro block, and there's another fuse block inside the coffin with the amps. Okay, the battery is now completely loose. I had some more trouble getting this bolt down here loose, but I got it now and we should be good to go. Pull it out. There we go. And there we have it. Battery extracted. And another little thing I wanted to say about this truck. I live in a pretty small area. I've always lived around here, and everybody was on the circuit. There were 2 trucks in this area that were really well known and kind of looked up to by everyone else. This was number 2, I would say, of those. The other one being Dustin Haven. He had I believe it was an 88 S10. It was pretty radical compared to this one, but everyone knew who drove this. Everyone knew this truck, and took on the nickname Vampyre pretty quickly, partly due to the owner having a license plate on it that actually said that. And here is that license plate. I'm actually hoping he leaves it in here, but I'm not sure if he's done. I'm not sure if there's anything else he wanted to get out of here or not. Looks like we also have an umbrella. I didn't look behind the seat before on camera, so I figured I'd do that now. Also see if that was still back there to kind of explain some of the history. So it kind of had one of those, you know, mysterious reputations. There you have it. That's all for the battery. Next, I got to move on to taking one wheel off, which I'm probably just going to start with the front right. What my plans for that is, I'm going to take one wheel off at a time, take it to the shop, have the tire removed and discarded, and then I'm planning on taking the wheel home and cleaning it up really good, polishing it before taking it back to have the newer tire put back on. So that's the next step. I'm getting ready to start right now. Okay, so I'm in the process of getting the wheel off. First I had trouble actually getting the jack under the truck because obviously it has been lowered a substantial amount. I basically had to lift up on the truck while pushing the jack under with my foot. So we've got it jacked up now. I got the center cap off. The screw that holds the center cap on was actually easier to get off than I expected. Center cap came right off. So okay everyone, I now have the front right old tire and wheel off of Project Vampyre Resurrection, and I also set the new battery in the engine compartment. I haven't hooked it up yet. I'm going to leave that unhooked until we get the alternator replaced. The alternator was completely bad when he parked it. And the battery just went the rest of the way bad. He said it was an older battery too. So we got a new one in there. And we're going to take this tire and wheel home. And tomorrow I'll take it to the shop, have the old tire taken off. Then take the rim home, clean it up really good before taking it back to the shop to have the new tire put on it. And that'll be the end of day one for this resurrection. I'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in, and remember to hit that like and subscribe button to see the future videos from this whole project from start to finish. It's going to take a long time, but we're going to get it done. See ya.